Good morning, everyone. Things went a little haywire this morning. We got the last of the bologna off of the smoker this morning for Mr. Brown to return to our friends that we split the pig with. And I don't think anybody got video of it this morning. We also did not get video last night of the smoked meat that made it in the house. Last night, our loin, our pork chops both went in the freezer. The bacon is also in the freezer, getting into a more cuttable form. The kids are cutting up strawberries for me so that we can get them in the freeze dryer. Friend says hello. So I just wanted to check in with you guys this morning, get a quick video, get us our day rolling. I have to go make a couple short runs, and then I will be back to get these in the freeze dryer. Alright, everybody, we have got the strawberries loaded up into the Harvest Right to get dehydrated. Not dehydrated. Freeze-dried. So, I'm going to go ahead and get that started. I don't know how long it'll take. Hopefully it'll be done by the end of the day, but it could be tomorrow before we have it finished up. So, we'll check in with it later, and we'll let you know. Alright, everybody, I am getting the bacon that was smoked into more manageable pieces so we can get it sliced up. We are hand slicing it all. It's going to take me quite a while, but look how beautiful that looks. That is going to make some absolutely gorgeous bacon. Nice cut off a piece that I am just going to fry up real quick for myself to try it, because I'm the one that has to do all the work cutting it up. They did the fun part smoking it. I'm going to do the fun part of eating it. We do eat a lot of bacon around here. We all kind of really enjoy a hot breakfast. So Mr. Brown will cut it up and make skillets in the morning with like potatoes and eggs. The kids like to eat bacon any chance they get. BLTs, breakfast, thrown into pasta with dinner, you name it, they'll eat it. So bacon is something that we spend a lot of money on, and this will give us quite a bit of bacon, so it should save us some for the next couple months. I cut this piece thinner than what I will probably be recutting the rest of it, because we do usually do thick cut bacon. But this was just the first piece that I cut off. And yes, we use cast iron for everything. Turn that down just a little bit. There's that first little bite that fried up so quickly. And that is definitely some delicious bacon. It was brined for 2 weeks by the friends that we split the pig with. And then smoked for 2 full days in the smoker with corn cobs and apple wood. And that is good bacon. I think Mr. Brown will be real happy with that. I'll make sure I keep some out for him to try when he gets home this evening. I'll check with you guys in a little while. Alright, everybody. So I keep having to put the bacon back in the freezer to refreeze So in between this round of bacon, I am making, well, Bryn and I are making some pumpkin muffins. So we're going to get those in the oven and see how they go. The strawberries are still freezing in the deep freezer, so it hasn't even switched over to the vacuum part. I'm sorry, freeze dryer. So I figure those won't be done till morning, but here's a look at our pumpkin muffins before they go in the oven.
Well, the crimper and the clips came in yesterday afternoon, so I can go back to working on getting the cages assembled. I just got to go through and make a couple of determinations, such as one end being the back, one end being the top. Which way do I want the dividers set? Which will probably go long open across the cage. I think that would be better. And then I got to get my spacing correct. And I got a couple of other odds and ends I need to figure out, such as how I'm going to put the doors in, which I actually have a pretty decent idea on that one. Thinking about taking sections that are like this already, where they've got this end, because that can actually be curled to create a hinge. And then I've looked at it, making a latch system won't be extremely difficult. Most of the latch systems for rabbit cages are relatively simple. So, should have everything I need. It's just a matter of getting thoughts in order and which step I'm doing at what point. Thinking best thing to do at the moment is start getting what I can put together, but measure first. Okay, well, these are the clips. Let's see if I can get it to actually focus. And once they're on, you wind up with this. The ends bend together around the wire. It's actually a really, really good hold. Much, much better than any of the wire jobs that I've done. But I like that. It's also a better alternative when I'm trying to make a cage. It does take a little bit of getting used to, because you have to start the bend and then finish it, which the first one's always a little bit more of a fight because you're fighting the placement of the wire. But that's what she looks like at the moment. Okay. Well, I have currently gotten the top and the back together with the dividers, and I'm loving the clips. It takes a minute to get used to them, just because of the way you have to work with the pliers, but love it. Definitely a time saver, and it's definitely well supported. As far as the doors go, I'm going to have to trim these pieces down, just because that's a little on the big side. Thing in the water bottle can actually go into the door itself. But once the door is in, I'm going to leave enough room on the one side for the feeders, and then twist the wire so that it creates the hinge, take another piece and create the latch. But before I can start trying to play with that, I have to get this piece on, which will be the opposite wall. Then I got to get the hardware cloth, get it attached so that I can actually have the full structure. I'm going to have to cut the holes for the door. I'm going to have to cut the holes for the boxes, which I still need to make the rest of the boxes. That's just my prototype, which, aside from the router getting away from me, I think it turned out pretty well. But this is pretty much where I'm at right now. So, okay. Okay, so I have gone through and I have secured the hardware cloth to all of the bottom, and I am currently trying to, well, my next step is going to be the doors, because I need to get those cut out and the pieces that I'm going to use for the actual door put on. And then I'm probably going to go through and secure these in a few varying spots around, just as added strength. But I have built a giant wire box. Which will eventually turn into housing for 4. But this is where I'm at currently. Start moving on to the next step. Once I get the doors done, probably a little bit more securing, I'm going to need to fabricate another 3 boxes, see where they're going to sit so I can get cutouts made for those. But one thing at a time. Start focusing on too much, I'm going to confuse myself and wind up making mistakes that may not be mendable. So, doors. Okay. Well, I have made a little latch, which it's a little bit more tricky to work than I like, but, well, now it looks easy. I've also bent every one of the runs that had a little bit of overhang. Cut out the doorway, and I actually filed down where I had cut just so that nobody cuts themselves. Still a possibility, but more or less minimized, and gives full range into the cage. But I figured I'd share. I do intend to put a second latch on, probably about this one, just hold it, and I did leave overlap, one actual opening all the way around, just for a little bit of peace of mind. But for experimenting and trying to work my first door, I think that turned out pretty well. Okay. Well, dual latches. Which I'm going to wind up having to trim this bottom one back probably. But I'd say my first attempt at building a door for a rabbit cage is successful. So, there we go.
Alright everyone, so here is where I ended the night. I got a little over 3 pounds of bacon cut, plus a little over a pound of just little bacon chunks, where the meat just got too thin to be able to safely slice it down. We did 24 pumpkin muffins, and then I made frosting, icing, cream cheese, and sugar to go on them. Had dinner. We had some marinated chicken with noodles and veggies. But that is where we ended for the night last night. The strawberries were not done in the freeze dryer when we went to bed. They are done this morning, so that'll be on today's video. But that's what we got for you for right now. Everyone have a great day, and we'll catch you on the next video.